I think we should put all the Pokemon on the Moshi Moshi Manga site. Kind of goes with that more than the comics, perhaps. Morning. And it just creates more work. I don't know. I suppose. I guess so. Let's pack up some stuff. 2 orders here. Let me actually get my cardboards. Cardboards, marker, tape, stickers. I think there's just like 4, maybe 5 orders, probably 4 orders here to pack up. It's gonna be a short one. But, you know, still get to see what people are buying from a comic book store. And maybe that will inspire you to shop. Okay, so this is going to go out to, well, it's Toronto. It's down Toronto, very close. Hey, Van City. So this person bought Silver Surfer, the Resurrection miniseries, a bunch of Silver Surfer. First appearance of Tyrant, Ron Lim classic Silver Surfer run. First appearance of Legacy. Let's get rid of that. We got our first Tim Drake as Robin. A nice old school Starjammers set. He got the full Smallville 4-issue run and the World of Metropolis. And some X Factor. I love this Age of Apocalypse stuff. The Joe Mad run on Astonishing was great. And I love this miniseries too because I love the Phalanx villain. So you got your first Blink and first full Blink because there's a headshot earlier, and first Skin. Classic Jim Lee cover. Classic Jim Lee. Some Avengers West Coast. Fantastic Four annual Hulk Simonson cover on Hulk. First Dale Keown on Hulk. There you go, if you've forgotten about that. This is a facsimile, but it was the first Joe Fixit and an annual. Yeah, so this is all going down to Toronto. You too could have your comic book sent to you. All you have to do is buy from our online store or come to the shop. We made a last-minute decision. Hey, Hardy, how's it going? We made a last-minute decision. We're going to go to Toronto tonight, have a little night out together. Jonathan, how's it going? Yeah, we're going to swing down to Toronto, and in the morning I'm going to go to the Comic-Con and do a little buy-up. I'm going to see if I can find some goods to scoop up. I'm doing all right, Hardy. Doing all right. Thanks for asking. But yeah, we're going to be there, not for an insanely long day, and we're not set up there. But what we are going to test out is I'm going to do some buying, some things that I think I can make money on, and we're going to go to, what do you call it? We're going to do our Whatnot show, and we're going to sell what I found at the show. We'll get some of the exclusives. We'll get we're going to give away some signed stuff from the artists. Yeah, we're just I'm gonna buy stuff and try to sell it immediately and see how it goes. Not a clue how it will go, but you know, you try things out, you gamble a bit. Most expensive comic. We have Strange Tales number 39. That's 13,000. So that's okay, right? That's okay. That's the first appearance of Iron Man, if people don't know. We have that gray suit. Yeah, it's not bad. We have a Daredevil 1, but it's only 3,500. Daredevil doesn't get as much love. His stuff is nowhere near what like early Spider-Man or X-Men, Fantastic Four go for. It's just not in that bracket. Still a good book to have. Okay, let's get that boxed up. These a bit bigger. We're out of our medium size, so we only had our smalls and our large, which kind of sucks for us, but the fact that these large ones cost more, and you know, you want a smaller package for less shipping, but that's on us. Next shipping supply order that we do, we'll be getting those medium-sized boxes again. That's a tough thing to answer. The most expensive DC comics are worth more than the most expensive Marvel comics, I would say. Like Action Comics 1, Detective Comics 27. They're on par with Amazing Fantasy 15, but you know, what else is in that tier? Because DC's older and they are harder to get, it seems, than Marvel comics. So yeah. A little tough, but Marvel does sell better for most of their titles, you know. Does sell better. Sorry, I'm just gonna grab some previews. I think we have some in the back. I'll be right back. Thought we were out. Found 2 more packages. These are the last of the previews. Thanks. Have a good day. This is a new customer as well, so it's kind of cool that we get some new customers. Maybe it's from people just searching us online. Maybe it's from the social media we've been doing. We've been doing a lot more than normal, because we want people to find us, you know? We want to pay our bills. We want to bring in cool stuff. Sometimes that's hard when you don't have the sales we had a while ago. All right, all set for Toronto. All right, this is going out to Woodbridge. Let's take these. So we have an order build feature on our site. So if you make an order and you type in order build, it cuts the shipping and we keep it here in the store. And you can keep making orders, and then when you're ready, we can have them all shipped off for one shipping rate. We'll send you a shipping invoice, and then Bob's your uncle, right? Go all over the place with this guy. Some solid reads. Ooh, there's a good one. Okay, first off, Once and Future Deluxe Slipcase Hardcover. This is a really cool story. Dan Mora art. Kieran Gillen was the writer. I always tell people about it, but not enough people are giving it a chance. Boom has great stuff. Also bought, let's go through, Daredevil. This Maleev Bendis run, it's one of my favorite reads. So if you're curious about Daredevil, I always recommend that. The Zdarsky run, I haven't picked up myself, but people seem to love. We got a bunch of Punchline. And Ragman, I love this Ragman stuff. Ruby, there you go, Artgerm variants. More Ragman, it's a cool cover. More Ruby, the Artgerm variants, they're tough to find. Tiger Division, Something's Killing the Children. I think these are the 1 per stores. That's the 8th print variant, in homage to Berserker. And iZombie, Allred. And I love this. This is a tough one to find. Paul Dini wrote this. It's got John Constantine in there. And 1 and 200 Moko Virgin variants. It's a cool little order. Well, it's multiple orders over time, right? Yeah. So let's get those packed up and down to Woodbridge for them. That's all not worth nothing. Well, it's worth something to someone, right? That's what collectibles are. May not be worth anything to you, but it's worth something to somebody. And some people are not collecting for value. They collect because they enjoy the stuff. You got different people who buy from us. You got the ones who are looking for investment, and we've got ones who are collecting out of enjoyment and reading. So it's just based on opinion. G.I. Joe on our top shelf. Oh, we got G.I. Joe vehicles. Offhand, I don't know which ones they are. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy, so I don't know the things. We don't have a complete Battle Force collection. So, again, I'm not a G.I. Joe guy, so I have no idea what the values of certain things are. I would have to research them as they come into the store, that kind of thing. Someone did come in a week ago and said he had a G.I. Joe collection that he was thinking about selling. I said, bring it on in. More interested in the figures rather than his vehicles, but see if he does come back. My purse? No, that's Chelsea's purse. Not the only one that works here. She's working on the new releases in the front. Just made it. Roll up a you are right, it is okay to have a purse. Men and purses do not bother me. Yeah, like whatever the condition of the book is, you should be getting it that way. It was about 2 years we had a streak of no damages, and then when Canada Post went on hiatus and we tested out some other different couriers, we ended up with 2 damages. I'm like, oh no, there goes our 2-year run. I gotta put some stuff in here. But yeah, people have been happy. We've been doing this for many years. There we go. All set for Woodbridge. Okay. We've got some big boxes here. So, we sell graphic art boxes. So this is the Berserker. We've actually sold a bunch of Berserker this morning. Getting more hype because of the movie, announced the director. But yeah, a lot of the comics have been selling as of late. And a nice out-of-print Jubilee Batman box. Fun stuff. But yeah, people buy these. I always recommend. We can fit up to 5 in a box. For the same shipping costs. They're expensive because they are big, but we can get them in there. And normally we can't get comics in here, but if it's a little bit and you don't have all 5 boxes, we can. So we can pack these comics in, and we'll see what we got. We got Virgin Spawns, non-Virgin Spawns, some Gunslinger, the new release. What do you call that? The Green Lantern Corps #2. Violator, the moon's following us. A little ratio variant. What's that? Oh, it looks like Absolute Superman. Those boxes are for comics. Used to own Comic One in Stony Creek. Cool, man. Well, it was a hiatus, you know. Well, I don't believe I'm cheap with the packing. It's got as much stuffing to go around there as possible. There we go. Put a little piece of tape on this guy. It's like 20 to 30 depending on the cover you have and the condition. You know, like there's a million out there, so it's not something that's going to be $100 book. Maybe in another 20 years or something, but like it's a slow build. People want it. It's plentiful, but people want it all the time. Same thing with Amazing 300. An insane print run on that book, but people want it. No. 25 is like the top you can get for that book. But, you know, that's the top. Again, books that have high print runs, just easier to get. And you see them everywhere, right? No, it's nothing crazy. Most of them are like $5 books. The Deadpool card goes for a little bit more. These boxes take up too much room. Out of tape. No, the books being more expensive as they are, and readership has gone down, people are ordering less and less. I always think of this kind of period similar to what happened the late 90s, where people, like, there was just a big drop off. And now a lot of those late 90s books, last issues and stuff like that, they're more expensive, they're tougher to get because of the print run. So, you know, in 10 years, when people start hunting out some of these books to fill runs, hopefully, you know, there's another resurgence of comic book people. It's it could be that kind of thing, like print runs, because there's titles that we don't even put on the newsstand, you know, and they're like, you know, Green Arrow, some Green Lantern, you know, a copy or two maybe. Especially like the variants. If you start hunting on the variants, they are more expensive for the DC stuff. But we used to put all the variants on the stands, but you can't. Like, well, we can't anyway. Some stores can. It's just a little too tough. But I consider, just in my opinion, that this will be a similar thing as into like the 1998, 99, 2000, 2001 era, when print runs were boom. But yeah, print runs are pretty low now, outside of big things like Amazing Spider-Man #1. When it relaunches, there's a lot of copies out there because it's Amazing Spider-Man. People are going to buy #1, even if they're not regular readers. There we go. Tape. Yeah, everything's cyclical, right? It's up and down. That's how anything in life works. Stock markets go up and down, and you know, a lot of comics are like that. Like, we had a boom. We had the biggest comic boom ever just 2 years ago. Just over 2 years ago, you know, COVID, just after COVID, prices were insane. And then it stopped. The economy went bad and people couldn't sell those big investments, and, you know, and so it takes time to come back from that, because there's a lot of people with salty feeling in the back of their throat from, you know, what they tried to do. A lot of stores closed. But they're still making movies, they're still making comics, they make toys. People love these characters, they're not going anywhere. But yeah, it's going to take a little time to get people back in, and I think it will, because it always does. It bounces back. It'll just take time. Thanks for the chat, though. Ugh. Okay, and this is going to be the last one I'm packing up, and I got to work on some things. But this guy ordered Daredevil box, got the Ramita on the other side, and Amazing Spider-Man Secret Wars, same on both sides. Yeah, and that's going out to Alberta. So he did get 2, but I always recommend to get 5. I know not everybody has a huge collection, but you know, if you are collecting, you're eventually going to get more. You may as well just have the boxes waiting. And we'll give them some free stuff, right? I don't think unemployment's going to get 90%. That's... I don't know. I guess it all depends on if somebody's drawing, like who's drawing it, right? Like, you can have someone draw an ugly character. So, as a young buck reading comics, it was always Mary Jane. Good old MJ. This guy ordered some boxes. The shipping is expensive, so we'll give him some freebies. Gunslinger 1, Exo Manowar. There's a Star. It's got free first appearances, and Batman One Bad Day. Not terrible free stuff. Not by any means. And any free stuff is good stuff. Okay, that is the last thing. Did it? I did not catch that. I'll have to have a look. Just opened the box and pulled it out as a fresh case. Okay, all set for Alberta. Alright, I gotta check that box, and that's it. Oh, shoot. My favorite comic book. That is a tough one. It's just lots of good stuff, and like if you're reading something good right now, you're kind of like, oh, that's really good, because I really like Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman right now, and Something's Killing the Children, but just a single comic book? Ugh. Tough, tough, tough. That's the thinker. I really don't know. I like the first comic I ever bought because it got me in the hobby and in the business eventually. Amazing Spider-Man 347. Venom was holding a skull that had Spider-Man's mask on it, so I thought that was really cool. Statue, the Arkham Knight. Yeah, I'm not a big statue guy, and they're really costly, so I don't really want to fill our store up with that kind of thing because it's just too much money sitting around. I don't know how well they would sell. Every time I go into some stores and they've got lots of statues, they're there the next time, and I'm like, I don't want that kind of thing. Like, we stopped stocking omnibuses because they just cost too much to sit there. Yeah. Anyway, I got a bunch of work to do because we're going to be heading to Toronto right after work, and then hitting the show first thing in the morning, and then jetting back. We have our Whatnot show. We're going to test out. We're new to Whatnot, so we're testing Whatnot out for the month. We're a couple weeks in, and you know, it's okay, but we're new. We don't have following. So anyway, thanks for hanging out and chatting. I've got work to do as I am at work. Enjoy the day. Hope good things happen, everybody.